Well, he is logging a whole lot of miles to fight cancer. We first told you about Chuck Steedman's mission on Fox Connecticut's Morning Extra earlier this summer. Steedman is the general manager of the Excel Center in Hartford and lost both of his parents within 6 months of one another to cancer. Back in June, he kicked off his Chuck 512 Cycling for Cancer Research Tour with a fundraiser at the Russian Lady and one at the Old State House. Those two events combined raised $21,000. Well, this past Saturday, he started his 512-mile ride from Buffalo, New York, right near Niagara Falls, all the way down to Sturbridge, Massachusetts.
512 miles, starting just south of Buffalo, the end of July 28th. A ride from Buffalo to Sturbridge, Massachusetts. Then I'm going to do 192 miles of the Pan Mass Challenge, so 704 total miles. Came up with 512 because I made a list. 512 people in my life have been affected by cancer.
So by today, he was hoping to ride from Syracuse to Utica, New York, and then after that ride, he'll go right into the Pan Mass Challenge for a total of 704 miles on a bicycle. Steedman's goal is to raise $50,000, and all of that money will go to the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute in Boston. And you can follow Chuck on his journey at Chuck Steedman. Be sure to use the hashtag Chuck512, and that's where you're also going to find some more information if you'd like to make a donation. Well, a Quinnipiac grad student is about to head out on a cross-country motorcycle ride, not only to earn his degree, but also to raise some money for veterans in the process. So joining us now to talk about it is Ty Skarzynski. Good to see you, Ty. Thanks for coming on the program.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Tell me how the idea came about.
Well, I've always been sensitive about what happens to veterans when they return from Iraq or Afghanistan. And one particular event that raised my awareness was the Walter Reed Medical Center scandal, negligence that took place there. And ever since then, I've been sensitive about stories about disabled veterans and what happens to them. So at that time, I didn't feel there was much I could do until last year. I had to come up with an idea for my capstone project, and I want to do some sort of trip where people would follow me via social media, because that's the program, interactive media. And I did a little bit of soul searching, and these two ideas just came together in my mind, and I decided to do a fundraiser where I ride cross country and I raise money for Wounded Warrior Project.
And you're a veteran yourself, right?
Yes, I am. I served in the U.S. Navy.
And how did that contribute to you deciding to try to do something to benefit this organization?
Well, I think that gave me a better understanding of what veterans go through when they're done with their service and when they have to find a job in civilian life and they have to mend and support their families.
And so this is part of getting your degree, because what, you're going to be blogging and tweeting and doing what other kinds of things? Right.
We're going to use the basic main social media platforms like Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. We already built a web page, www.right2honorandenable.com. And two friends that will follow me will help me updating our followers via Twitter and Facebook about our progress, but also we're hoping to meet some veterans, collect some stories. One of my friends is going to be primarily a videographer. Another of my friends will be a photographer. So that's how we're planning to do it.
You can go on the website and you can see some of the video and some of the stories that you encounter along the way, follow you on Twitter, Facebook, things like that,
Correct.
I imagine.
Yes.
So you're leaving from West Haven and heading to San Francisco.
Yes.
How do you prepare for a trip like that?
Well, I've been taking longer rides. I've been riding to New Jersey back and forth about 4 hours one way. So, you know, I'm trying to get my mind ready for that, and my body too. So I work out a little more, you know. I think once, when you have faith, things will happen. So.
Absolutely. It should be a fun trip, I would imagine, and enjoyable. Yeah, yes. I've actually thought of doing it, but how long do you expect it to take?
It will take about 7 days. Actually, on our website, we have stages for each day, about 450 miles. 400, maybe 500 miles a day, about 8 hours. There's a picture of you. What kind of motorcycle are you on? Suzuki Intruder.
And that's a pretty comfortable one?
Oh, yes. I love it. Okay. We're one.
Now, you said you have two friends following you. Are they on motorcycles or in a car or what?
No, they will follow me in a chase vehicle. Partially for safety reason and partially, like I said, to help me updating social media. It's hard to tweet when you ride, so that will be their focus. But I will blog once we...
Don't update Twitter while you're on the motorcycle, although you're there with no hands.
I guess I could try tweeting, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
So what's the course that you're going to take? Is it just kind of a straight shot from New Haven to
we're going to go up north a little bit.
Yeah. What cities and states are you going to cover?
St. Louis, Kansas City. We're going to stop in Reno, Nevada, and eventually end up in San Francisco,
right.
California.
So do the math for me. It's a 3,000-mile trip. You're going to take 7 days. You're going to be covering some ground each day.
Right, a little over 3,000 miles. Again, it's for Wounded Warrior Project, so in that perspective, it doesn't seem that intimidating. So.
Yeah, sure. And you can stop if you get tired and you have a drink or
you got to refuel for gas
or whatever. Yeah, you got to refuel for gas. So give us once again the website. If somebody wants to contribute, if somebody wants to follow you or just get involved, what should they do?
Well, we're still hoping to get one primary sponsor just to cover the cost of fuel and simple lodging. We're not looking for anything expensive, just a place to stay for the night. But people want to contribute. There's a way to donate through our website, www.ridetohonorandenable.com. There are 2 ways that people can donate, either by mailing a payment or doing online donation via PayPal. We have a PayPal account set up there. And those are the two main ways people can donate.
Sounds like maybe you need a hotel or a motel sponsor and maybe a gas sponsor.
Just the gas card. Help us with the gas costs.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah. Okay. Well, good to see you, Ty.
Thank you.
We'll enjoy following you on Twitter and Facebook and the blog and everything. And hopefully we'll see you when you come on back around.
Please do. Right. We'll keep you updated.
Enjoy your journey. That should be fun. Well, one of the problems that any war veteran encounters is post-traumatic stress disorder. PTSD is a problem that can last indefinitely. But as Tim Lammers reports, the condition can also be treated and in some cases actually prevented by knowing what to do and when to do it before PTSD sets in.